Hi, this is Jeremy Moskowitz, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can use PolicyPak with WinGet. So WinGet is also known as the Windows Package Manager and gives you the ability to quickly download pre-wrapped up applications and get them installed very quickly on a bunch of endpoint machines. Problem is that standard users can't use the tool because everything from WinGet requires local admin rights. I'm going to show you how you can work around that. Now, to get started with Windows Package Manager or WinGet, because it's so new, it's not part of the operating system, as at least in times of this video that I created. So you'll have to get it installed as an admin. So you go to github.com/Microsoft/WinGet-CLI/releases. You'll download the AppX bundle and then install it as a local admin. When you do, the very next PowerShell you open will enable you to do WinGet, and you could give it a quick test run. You could do WinGet show, and you can see all the applications that are here. And I'll just do like a WinGet install Vim, okay, which is a VI editor. Okay, so this takes a minute or two. It's downloading from the internet, and then you can see you get a UAC prompt. Remember, you can install it as an admin, but it won't install as a standard user, which is what we're going to fix next. But I'm just giving it a quick test run and making sure it all works before I move on to the next step. Okay, by the time it's done, you should have a couple of icons. There we go, right there, recently added. You should be able to run your utility, whatever the thing is that you chose to do. And there you go. And I know how to use VI because I cut my teeth in the 90s on this. So I remember VI pretty well. So long story short, is that how it works? Let me go to Control Panel and try to uninstall it, which, remember, as of this writing, there's no way to uninstall packages using Windows package WinGet. So I'm going to go ahead and find that package here. Whoops, installed on today, and let's go ahead and uninstall it. Now again, I'm just sort of walking before I'm running, making sure I can get WinGet to work. So I'm going to go ahead and continue this. So the big problem is that if you try to do what I just tried to do as a standard user, it's not going to work because standard users can't install software. Okay, so let me go ahead and, in fact, let me show that to you real fast as soon as this is done. Once this is uninstalled here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch gears over to my West Sales User 2 guy here. West Sales User 2. Can give him a second to log on. Okay, so this is my standard user. He's logged on. If he tries to do WinGet here, tries to do WinGet install, actually let's do WinGet show again. He can at least do that part. Okay, get the packages that are available. And if he wants to do WinGet install Vim, here's what it'll do. It'll download it, which is great, but then when it tries to run it, what happens? That shouldn't work. Okay, so now we're logged on as West Sales User 2, and he also has WinGet. What's actually interesting is even though I don't have Notepad, even though I don't have Vim installed anymore, if he tries to do WinGet install Vim, it actually oddly succeeds, but actually won't perform the install. I don't know what that's all about, but that's how it works. It's not there, and nothing to see, nothing to do. But however, if he does try to install an application like WinGet install Notepad++, this is not going to work, right? It will download it, and aha, he gets prompted with a UAC prompt, and this is what we're going to overcome. Now, in this first part of the demonstration, if you want to just blanket let anyone who's a standard user just install anything from WinGet, that's easy to do. You have to know a little something about where they're being downloaded, but I do. So if you go to App Data Local Packages, Microsoft Desktop Installer, and then Temp State, and then WinGet. Okay, you can see there is the Notepad++ that was downloaded, but it couldn't actually run. So everything that happens here in the app, in the user's profile, App Data Local Packages, Microsoft Desktop Installer, Temp State, WinGet. So in order to overcome that, I've got a group policy object that I've created already called Let My eSales Users Install Absolutely Anything Using WinGet. And I've got this GPO that has these two values in them. One for executables and one for Windows installer policy. And again, I'm not recommending this, I'm just showing you one way to do this. What I'm doing is I'm using for an executable rule that will do the entire folder for %user-profile%, app data local packages, Microsoft Desktop Installer _8WEKY, whatever that is, /temp state /WinGet. So I'm doing that one for executables and one for Windows installer policies. Okay. and I'm letting those things run with elevated privileges. So I've got these rules set up, and I've got it linked over. So let me go ahead and run GP update to just get that from PolicyPak land. Give this a second to settle in. Okay, and now what I'll try to do is just rerun the same command. Okay, WinGet. Here we go. WinGet install Notepad++. Same command. Here we go. It's trying to download, trying to run. Bingo, bango, bongo. No UAC prompt. We're off to the races, and let's go ahead and see the application. So if we head over to take a look, let's go to, there we go, Notepad++ installed, and this should install absolutely, anything now. So if we do WinGet show again, we want to pick a different thing, we've now blanketed the ability for them to install anything they wanted. I don't even know what half of these things are. Spotify, I don't know, I know what Spotify is, but if I wanted to do WinGet install Spotify, all right, okay, this will do that, no questions asked, and by the time it's over, we should have Spotify. So let's just go ahead and take a look. Ooh, installer hash verification failed. Yeah, let's go ahead and say yes to that. And see if we get Spotify. And there we go. So if you wanted to be more specific about what these things are, okay, instead of the blanket that I've given you here, let me turn off the rules and show you the trick and how to be more specific. So let me go ahead and take these two rules. I'm just going to unlink the GPO here and uncheck link enabled, and then we're going to go back to the way we were with GP update. Okay, so I've removed the rules. Now we're back to just group policy and Windows by itself. Shouldn't be able to install, any kind of application here. Now, even though I have just done that, there actually are going to be some applications that will let you install as a non-admin. For instance, Zoom works. I just tested that. That works. You can install Zoom not being an admin, but most things are going to require an admin. So you want to be specific, okay? So we know that this is the folder where things happen. So if we were to do WinGet, let's do one more. Let's do show one more time. Let's find another package that we haven't used yet. So let's do Wireshark. WinGet install Wireshark. Now, what's going to happen here with Wireshark is that it'll download, which is great. It'll try to run as a local admin, and then it's going to bomb out because we're not a local admin, and if you don't have PolicyPak, then you can't do this magic. So we'll go ahead and just wait for a quick second here, and then we can use it to our advantage. Aha. Okay, so here's the UAC prompt where, again, we know that it's published by the Wireshark guys, and we actually know what the name is, what the actual executable is. So we can be very specific. So what we can do is take the file that got downloaded here, and I'm going to copy it over to my management station, or you could create the rule right from here if that's what you wanted to do too. So I'm just going to netuse star over to DC share. Whoops, DC 2016 share. DC 2016 share. And I'm going to copy that over to my management station, basically. So now that I have it over here on my management station, I actually have everything I need to do. So I could do pp lpm let Wireshark install via PolicyPak and WinGet. Okay. All right, go ahead and click edit here. And then I'll dive down under user side, PolicyPak, go to Least Privilege Manager, and I can make a combo rule, just like I've done in a million other videos. I can make a new executable policy, because we saw it was a .exe. I'll use a combo rule, and I'm just going to point over to that file. I'm going to go to the signature and the file info for that file. And I'm going to select a reference file and pick in my share. I have Wireshark that I just got. Bang. So you can see it's signed by the Wireshark guys, and the file info condition I can say higher or equals that version number, which it will be, and then I'm off to the races. I can run that application's installer with elevated privileges, and I am done. So let's go ahead and try this out again. So now I've got a rule in PolicyPak land that should let this kick off, and WinGet is doing the kicking off part, and let's go ahead and see that it runs after this. Okay, so now the GP update is done. Let me go ahead and run that command winget install Wireshark. Okay, it's going to try to re-download it and re-kick it off. This time PolicyPak is on the case, and we've now overcome that UAC prompt, no UAC prompt with winget. And there we go, it's all the way installed. The standard user can now run Wireshark. And then they're off to the races. And that's basically it. If you want to see how we do uninstalls, by the way, PolicyPak has a little sidecar utility. Look up the video on the helper tools. The helper tools will enable you to use a control panel applet idea where you can uninstall things and you can limit what they can uninstall through PolicyPak Least Privilege Manager. Okay. The other way that you can do what I'm showing you here is through PolicyPak Scripts Manager. So for instance, if I wanted to use PolicyPak Scripts Manager to, let's pick another application real fast. Whoops. Let me pick another application we don't have. So we'll go back to WinGet Show. Okay, let's pick one more application. Let's pick Ghostwriter. I don't even know what that is. So let's go ahead and say Ghostwriter. So what we can do is we can create a Scripts Manager item, add a new policy here, and all we got to do is do a PowerShell script with elevated rights, and that's going to be winget install Ghostwriter. I think that's what that was. Let's take a look one more time. Ghostwriter. Yeah, I don't know what that is. We're going to find out together. Winget install Ghostwriter. Okay, so that's it. We're going to run once in PolicyPak land, and we'll call this install Ghostwriter. And then let's go ahead and run GP update here and give this a second to settle in. Okay, now that that's done. Okay, and there we go. Let's take a look. It took a little while. Oh, there we go. There's Ghostwriter. I don't know what Ghostwriter is, but maybe you do and you love it. Anyway, there's your application. And like I said, if you want to do uninstalls of stuff, you have to check out the video called Setting Up the PolicyPak Least Privilege Manager Helper Tools. But hopefully in this video, you got two great, well, maybe three great ideas of how to use PolicyPak to either use the Scripts Manager, the Least Privilege Manager with a particular rule, or the blanket rules if you want to go bananas and let users install anything with winget and overcome UAC prompts. Hope this helps you out. Thank you very much and talk to you soon.